everyone, it's Angelique and John. He's driving, so yeah, he's just kind of waving, looking sexy as always. But I wanted to drop in, do a quick Facebook Live talk about the Forsyth, Georgia swinger event that got canceled because a lot of people were pressuring it because of negativity. We couldn't understand because it was a hotel buyout. People pay for privacy, and not only the locals affect the event, but also affect the hotel's revenue. What do you think, Hud?
I think it's extremely close-minded. The comments I saw were really interesting. They were saying that this was an example of the degraded morals in the U.S. today, and I couldn't believe how arrogant, close-minded, and counter-truth that is. Again, it's a whole conform, which we won't do, of course not.
Of course, and it's like they're also community members and they're supporting their local community, because if anyone's driven through small town hotels, it's like your traffic is interstate traffic, so whatever comes in, that's what you're getting. But if you have a hotel buyout, say if you have 100 rooms, hey, that's good revenue right there. What people do in a hotel privately and they pay for shouldn't be a society judgment. Don't you agree?
It's no one's business. It's their own party, their own morals, and don't impose to it. They're not hurting anyone.
Well, it's not like they're shoving it out. It's like, come to my room, I'm going to rape you, kind of things. It's like the same mentality that they have during gay days. But, the friggin' economic boost that we always get from the week of gay days, it's insane. And we do have people here that will cancel their vacations because of gay days, because of the immorality of the sexuality these people are doing and diminishing. And I'm like, I remember back in the day, I used to work for a hotel, won't say where, and the people just got offended. They're like, hey, we don't want our child to be exposed to this. Hotel was like, okay, here you go. It was like a $5,000 reservation, and they're like, fine, no problem. Turn around, they sold it to a nice, gay couple for $15,000. Hey, that's what it's all about, and they had it. So again, judging people on what they do behind closed doors is not acceptable. It is not the way to do it. I mean, why should we be judging someone's, yum and call it our yuck? Don't you agree?
Totally.
He's focused on the road too much there. It's like, usually we have some great debates and conversations, but this one, we had it earlier at the gym, and of course I didn't record it because, he goes from sweet, loving, educational husband to evil traitor. So, and sometimes you need that, just to get into shape. But, why we judge what people are considered immoral is not. We only recently had immorality when religion came into play. As far as I know, early Romans, and there's a history of sex that they've been doing these. They had certain locations that sex was okay in various different forms and positions. Doesn't matter if you were straight or gay. Yeah.
And I will be clear on this one. In no way are we against God and religion. Not in the least. But there are religious groups that try to control you by controlling your sexual opinions and desires, and they're counterproductive to what we're finding. Scientists are finding out was nature and what happened, before in older times. Monogamy works great for some people, and if it makes you happy, stick with it. If that's what you want, for whatever reason, that's fine. All I'm saying is, don't judge us who are not monogamous. We don't want to be the pariahs, but we are. And that's where we feel like we're wrong. And we know it takes time. Things are loosening up, and it's not even all religious groups. One thing we're trying to do, we would love to find a sex-positive priest or minister to interview on our podcast. We would really love to get how we reconcile being sexually open and God, because they're two very important things that I don't think a lot of people talk about. It's always one's on one side, one's on the other. There's no reason you can't be religious and be sexually free.
Yeah, and I think oftentimes we kind of judge that we're immoral. I'm like, no, I still go to church, I still pray, I still do all that stuff. but doesn't mean it's immoral on what I enjoy as a hobby or for pleasure, because sex is pleasurable. It's not just for procreation and that's it. I mean, we know within our family dynamics that, you know, sex was only done to procreate, and we're like, no, not for us. Yeah, it's like, I think we enjoy sex way too much in order to just be for procreate. Don't you agree, honey?
Yep, sorry, pay attention to the road.
Well, no, it's like you can sometimes chat and pay attention to the road. You always have some conversations.
We live in a very tourist prevalent town, and for those of you who have been to these towns, tourists tend to forget stuff like how to drive, or where to go, or that's a one-way and you're not going in the right direction. So I have a tendency to be a little vigilant here, right?
Yes.
There we go.
All right, I got to go because I got to give them directions there. We'll talk more in the podcast in regards to don't yuck on someone's yum. I want to talk more about that because people just keep forgetting. Yes, next podcast topic. Talk to you guys later. Bye.